This video is made possible by our loyal Patreon supporters. Visit patreon.com/PsycheTruth.
Hi, this is Chandler Rose, and I have Myra here, and we are continuing to work on issues in the sciatic area, or this could present as hamstring tenderness or also low back pain. For you at home, if you're experiencing low back pain, this is a good video for you. So we have opened up these areas in our other video through her clothes, and I've opened up her back and the other side to create some balance in the body and deep stretch. And now I'm going to go in with some more traditional massage techniques using my oil to further soften this tissue now that we're nice and loosened up. All right, let's get started. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you haven't already, follow us on social media for tips, tutorials, giveaways, and daily inspiration. So before I put any oil on, I'm just going to give her a little stretch in the fascial layers on the left side. And the sensation that she's been talking about today runs from here, and she feels it very localized here, but commonly people will feel it down the leg as it progresses. So we've isolated this tension here. We've also found some tension on the other side. Her hips are looking nice and even. Her back is opened up. A lot of times there's a relationship between the left hip and the right shoulder, or vice versa. And so it's important to address the body in a diagonal way, which we've done, and now we're going to work specifically on the deeper layers of these tissues in the hamstrings, also work in opening the muscles of the calves. We'll probably just stay on this side, and we'll open up the feet. So I'm going to apply a little soothing apricot oil. And we have little Stella here, our massage yoga puppy, and she's smelling this oil. I'm not sure if she likes it or not, but I'm just going to start with some effleurage techniques. So now that we've moved our yoga puppy, we can work a little deeper and more specifically on these tissues. So I'm warming up the tissue with some smooth effleurage. This is very good for promoting circulation, warming the areas beneath my hands, making the tissue more malleable. And then I like to come down in the area just above the Achilles and use one of my favorite techniques and a favorite of many of my clients, a ringing technique. Maybe when you're a kid, or you can remember someone doing a snake bite, and so that's similar to this, but of course you want it to be gentle and feel good. So you're taking one hand opposite to the other, and that will help bring a little warmth to that lower leg. The muscles involved here, you have the biceps of the leg, the meaty part of the leg, that's called the gastrocnemius. Underneath the gastrocnemius, you have soleus. On the sides, you have the peroneals. So when you do this ringing technique, you're really cross-fiber frictioning all of these muscles that make up this part of the leg, which, if the depth is just right, not too deep, it feels sensational. How does the pressure feel there?
Great.
And I'm going to use a little of my natural anti-inflammatory oil, frankincense. Such a great helper. This is a 20% dilution. Very safe to apply topically and smells amazing. I love working with some of these really earthy oils that don't make you sleepy, because feeling relaxed without drowsiness is really wonderful. So I'm just continuing warmth up the leg into the deeper structures of the hamstrings. And then a really good one for opening up the fascial is the fascial areas in the IT area or TFL area is just grounding in the feet, keeping the posture in the neck and spine natural, using the leverage of your weight to just push in. This is not easy to receive. This area is very nervy. And I remember when I learned these techniques so long ago, I wondered, should it feel that painful? But when you're working on fascial tissue, there's so much nerve activity. So you're getting this really fibrous tissue that you're stretching, and you're also working on top of all these nerves. So very good for any kind of low back or sciatic issue. And this goes along so well with the video we just made with our Thai techniques where my knees are placed carefully above the knee, because that's going to loosen up the leg and allow the nervous system just to calm down. So then when we go in with the oil and deep pressure behind the knee, it's bearable and it's very good for getting a next level stretch. So I'd also like to address, while we're here in this placement, some muscles behind the knee. So you always want to be careful of the knee. You want to know about past injuries, if there's any discomfort today. And you can cradle one foot with your hand and then find that crease in the knee and just place a thumb there and just, I'm at maybe a medium pressure here. And what I'm doing is I'm feeling the status of this joint. Does it feel like there's fluid motion? Does it feel hot? Does it feel like I'm working against something? Does it feel bumpy? These are all questions that you can ask yourself when you're dealing with knee stuff. And what I'm doing is I am pushing in, but not too much. I would stay at about a medium pressure, and I'm just taking my thumb along that crease. So this is helpful for her sciatic area complaint, and it's also a great technique for loosening the knee and feeling where it is. Is it feeling good? Is it pain-free? Is there a little bit of pain? And after that, I like to come back in and just flush out the back of the knee. And then do a little placement down between the biceps of the leg. And what I'm doing is I'm taking 2 thumbs, just pushing in about a medium pressure. I find over time, listening to lots of feedback, which I appreciate, always open for more, is that a lot of times people don't want their legs worked on because they're so sensitive and they've had them worked on once and the person has gone too deep and they're shy to ask for it again. So they'll just tend to say they want their back worked on. But if you're someone that knows this, then I would say work to a light to medium pressure. You want your pressure to be grounded, but you don't want it to feel too abrasive or too deep in the leg because the legs are very sensitive. So what I'm doing is I'm separating the 2 heads of the biceps, going between them, and they're like these 2 sections, and then below is this deep muscle tissue, soleus, which actually wraps the foot, and so it's a deeper muscle, and about halfway down the leg you're going to end at that meaty part and it will start to get more slender, and at that area you can start stretching out the soleus. And again, all of this will help with any sort of complaint or feeling that your person may be talking about in the low back. And just as I've opened up this leg 3 to 4 times, I'm cradling the calf with one hand. I'm using my left thumb to just do some medium to deep gliding, less is more in the legs, and opening up the sides, or this lateral side of the left leg. Some other things to consider. How are this person's shoes? Are they walking barefoot a lot? Are they standing a lot? Are they sitting a lot? How are they sleeping? Do they drink enough water? These are all things that the tissue, as you work with it more often, there are indicators of some of these things that you may start to notice. You may notice with someone that does a lot of yoga, their tissues respond very fast, which is very healthy. And then someone that doesn't stretch so much, their tissues might feel kind of knotted, almost like popcorn kernels, or maybe they feel really tender. It's all okay. Massage, yoga, meditation, walking, swimming, anything that will get the body moving in a natural way will help increase circulation, will help with mobility in the joints, and will also allow the pain levels to come down, along with some helpful essential oils and good intentions. So for the sake of working on Myra holistically, I'm working down in her feet. I'm cradling her heels, applying some pressure, some intention here. You can do a few rotations in the ankle by holding the heels, just feeling out the ankle. Maybe you want to do a little jostling, which is very good to show the tone or evenness or the difference between one side that you've worked on and one side that you haven't. And as I'm down here at the feet, I'm touching in on points that will directly connect with any imbalance structurally in the back. Some of these points can feel super tender. So again, you want to work at a point of natural resistance with mobility happening, with the tissue getting warmer. So I'm taking my thumbs and I'm just doing points up and down the arches. You can stop in the very center, which is going to reflect the energetic channel that connects to the mid-back and the organs within the rib cage. Anything closer to the heel, if you feel resistance in the foot, there will be more connection to digestion or hip issues. And anything closer to the big toe, there's more of a relationship with neck issues. So it's good to work on the feet to feel what's going on in the back and the rest of the body. If your feet are tight, most likely there are points in the back that are connected to those points that are tight. And then the toe pads, very good for releasing sinus pressure. Massage in general is great for circulation and helpful for allergies and sinus stuff. Movement is helpful for circulating blood, creating more flexibility. You can do some pressing or stretching on the toes. Move the toes forward and back. Nothing too harsh, nothing forced. Some people's toes may pop. I would not recommend popping the toes, just allowing them to be whatever is most natural. Just going to take one last deep breath. This can easily be applied to the other side of the body, which I recommend. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a wonderful day.
Introducing Yoga Plus, offering a free series every month with over 300 different videos. Take control of your health. Work out anytime, anywhere. Yoga Plus. Download now for free.